All right, everybody. Are we feeling adventurous today? We are getting on the Suzuki V-Strom 800 RE, which stands for Road Edition. And I am excited to take this bike out. I'm going to do a big thanks to Blackman Cycle here in Emmaus for letting me take out this beautiful Suzuki and doing a little review. It's a beautiful 65-degree day here in Pennsylvania. I'm going to go for a little ride and see what we think. Now, this bike is a 776cc 4-stroke. I think we're at about a little bit of wind today. I think we're at about 83 horsepower and 55 and a half foot-pounds of torque, something like that. I'm close. I'll put it on the screen right up here somewhere. We got an up and down quick shifter, a 32.5-inch seat height, and I am 6'2", 200 and I don't know, around 240 pounds. A little heavier than I was when the winter started. And I'm comfy on this bike. Now the RE Road Edition, it's going to be a little more road focused than the DE, the Dirt Explorer. They moved these handlebars. The handlebars are a little bit narrower. They're a little bit farther forward and a little bit down. And the foot pegs, they say they're a little bit back, and it might be a little bit higher up. I don't know. They don't seem. It's very comfy, very roomy. Yeah, it's a comfortable place to sit, this bike. Now we're gonna go up here to the park, take a little look around her. And I believe this Road Edition, the RE, it's also called the Touring, has a little bit bigger screen. Well, it definitely has a bigger screen, and it's got a wider screen. The little antenna mirrors are good. Now, if you're going to do any dirt work, this isn't meant for a lot of dirt. But if you want to go, if you want to go do a little trail to your cabin, like a fire road or a gravel road, you could do that. But other than that, it's definitely street oriented. To make it better on the street, they got rid of the 21-inch tire, and they got a 19 in the front, 17 in the back, because it's an honest bike. What I think they did is they took some surveys and they asked people, on your adventure bike, how much time did you spend off-road? And you might get an adventure bike with dreams of doing long way around or long way down, and honestly you spend most of your time on the street with an occasional little trip to a cabin or a campsite, or I mean, that's most people. Everybody's different, but if you are one of those people who said, yeah, honestly, I'm really just gonna spend most of my time on the street, I'm gonna go for some road trips this summer, this might be just the ticket for you. Like when I say it's an honest bike, it's right down the middle of everything, right? It might be competing with the what is it, the Tiger 850 or the Tracer 7, but price wise, $10,499. So $10,500 for this bike, and you get a pretty nice capable touring motorcycle. I think it looks pretty good, and you got Suzuki build quality, so you can't really argue with that, right? We're gonna stop here, take a little look around her, see what we think, huh? Alright, let's take a little look around this beautiful V-Strom 800. Up front you got Nissan brakes. It's got dual 310mm brakes, the same as it's on the 8S, I believe. Like I said, other than different than the dirt model, we got your cast wheels instead of the spoke wheels. Parallel twin with the 270-degree firing order. We got the like a single disc in the back, a one pot. I believe that's like a 260 on this bike. Nice big top case on the back, and yeah, it's, like I said, it's just a good, honest bike. Let's go for a little cruise. I want to keep going. It's a beautiful day. And when we do lots of talking, we could do a little riding and talking, right? Getting all this started up. It has got this big new 5-inch TFT that all the Suzukis have now. They finally went to the TFT. It's got the Suzuki Easy Start, right? I think it's a 5.3 gallon gas tank, and they're claiming you're gonna get 260 miles from a tank. Now that's them claiming that, so you have to check it out for yourself. You'll probably get somewhere close, but for 492 pounds, it does not feel heavy. It doesn't feel hard to handle. It's well balanced. It's planted. It's got a little power. There is nobody coming. Oh, maybe. Like I said, for my height, I could flat foot any bike. But 32.5 inch is not too bad. We got 3 riding modes, 3 traction control modes. I believe we're on the sportiest setting right now. But yeah, she's a nice bike, and comfortable. Like I said, comfy. That's one of the main things you're gonna think about with a bike like this, because you're gonna do a little touring. You could commute to work with this bike. It's just not gonna be great off-road, and that's fine. It still has the option to turn the ABS off if you want to get some dirt tires, and you know, there are plenty of people who get tires that are 80-20, you know, 80% street, 20% dirt, and they could still take a bike like this. You know, just because you don't have the 21-inch front tire, it's not going to be as good for crawling over tree branches or over rocks. But that being said, this is a good, sensible bike, and it would be a great addition to anybody's garage. You got a Suzuki, and Suzuki is not a fly-by-night kind of company. All you guys said, if you don't know, Suzuki finds something that works, and then they stick with it. They stick with it, they stick with it, they stick with it. And that's alright, man. There's nothing wrong with that, about, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of mentality. And us guys that test ride them and stuff get excited for new stuff all the time. But when you're buying something, you love having something that has been tested and is true, and you know this bike has been through the paces. You know, you buy a first-year bike and you're always worried, are there going to be recalls? You know, did they not do this right? Did they not do that right? With this bike, you got something Suzuki has probably been planning for 10 years before they made it. You know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I shifted that a little quick. But yeah, nice bit of wind protection here. You know, I think it's nice. I could spend some hours in this. Seat's comfy. Like I said, it's a nice bike. And we are gonna head back a little early today. Let's see what the turning radius is like. Oh, I decided I didn't want to go in the grass. Yeah, nice amount of power. And we are going to cruise back into Blackman's. But if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. We are going to be doing lots of new bikes. There's going to be lots of adventures with my ZX10 and my Z900. Yeah. Thanks for checking things out. And if you're interested and you want to start recording your own rides, making your own videos, there is going to be a link in the description to my Insta360 Ace Pro, the best motovlogging camera around. And I also use this 1RS. There'll be linked to that in the description also. Well, you know what, I'll just put the one in there. But yeah, thanks for checking everything out, and I'll talk to y'all later.